Hello, everyone. Welcome back for this Wednesday series of Airdomos global. This is amazing, Kat. Now, we're going to go ahead and just announce what might be the problem today, because I always like to tell the truth. Kat was part of the, or in the location of where that earthquake was, very close to, and her internet has not been the same since. So it's kind of like watching someone's lips doing this and the sound's off. So try not to laugh too hard, people. But anyway, we're going to get through this today. I'm going to get through this today. But welcome back to Airdomo. Today, we are going to talk about the Bahamas, where luxury meets investment. And I am so excited. So, Kat, let's get it going. Let's start laughing at you already. I'm Stephanie Gillison. This is my partner, Kat.
Hi. Let's kick it off with the basics. So let's talk about the Bahamas and what makes it special, especially for people looking to relocate or invest.
Here's something about, and I might do that today where I cut you off because I can't tell when you stop talking. Okay. But anyway, everyone, we'll just have some comedy today. Here's what makes the Bahamas special for me, because until I really started to dive deep into global real estate, especially with islands and places like the Bahamas, I had no idea that the Bahamas is really made up of over 700 islands and cays. Like, when I thought of the Bahamas, I thought of Nassau, I thought about Freeport, and I thought about that other island that the Disney cruise stopped at, and we had conch on the beach and grilled some hamburgers. That's what I thought of when I thought of the Bahamas. But it's not. It's 700 islands and cays, and it's got the clearest water that you'll ever see. And, the Bahamas, what that even means is shallow water, which is why when you go there snorkeling and seeing, what is there, the fish and the coral, and there's just so much to do, because it's not just a beach lover's dream. It can also be that no income tax, that no capital gains tax, that no inheritance tax, which is big deal if you're looking to invest. Plus, it's just a quick flight from most major U.S. cities. So accessibility, it's on point for that, Kat.
Cool. So what's the lifestyle like? Is it all flip-flops and pina coladas, or is there more to it?
Well, pina coladas are definitely there. It's not the drink of choice for Stephanie here, but the Bahamas is so much more than just the vacation vibes. You've got Nassau. It's got rich culture, historic charm, booming business scene. Then there's Paradise Islands, Harbor Island. Each spot has its own flavor. You've got everything from upscale marinas, golf courses, art galleries, nightlife, fine dining. It's laid back luxury with an edge. So no, there's so much more there in the Bahamas. So yes, what I love about the Bahamas is you have the option to have the flip-flops and that laid back life, or you can go to Nassau and have the hustle and bustle and start a business and really, have what you can find in some of our U.S. cities here in the U.S.
Okay. I haven't been there forever, so now I feel like I need to go. But is there a demand for people actually living there full time, or is it mostly for people that are, purchasing second homes and rentals?
There's a great mix of both. More people are making the Bahamas their primary home, especially with the rise of remote work, and also the cost of some of the places around the U.S. Florida kind of went up in price, right? And so,
Yeah.
when you start to look at the increase of what some of the second homes are costing for that island feel or for that beach feel, it makes people say, okay, well, if I'm going to spend this here, let me start to look at my options. And so, people are making the Bahamas, an opportunity. It's also a great, location for that second home buyer and savvy investors, because the real estate is thriving in the Bahamas. You'll find gorgeous beachfront villas, private island parcels, and yes, even branded residences, which if you watched us last week, we talked a lot about branded residences. The Rosewood, Four Seasons, SLS for those who want that 5-star living experience year round. There's a lot of development going on in the Bahamas. So if new construction is something that you're looking for, these are developments that are right around the corner. They're in progress, they're coming, they're in the future. And there's even some of the older hospitality or hotels or motels being revamped or repurposed into some of these developments as well too in the Bahamas right now.
Okay, so if someone is thinking about buying there, what kind of benefits are we talking about? Like, are there tax benefits, citizenship? What does this entail?
Absolutely. Well, aside from waking up to the ocean views, there's a quick list of incentives, okay? You've got residency incentives. Foreign buyers can apply for permanent residency with real estate purchases over a certain value. You've got a stable economy and a legal system, so it's safe. It's an English-speaking country with a strong legal framework. And you've got global appeal. The Bahamas is a magnet for high net worth individuals, celebs, and entrepreneurs, which keeps property values, competitive. Turnkey luxury, branded residences, managed communities. You can literally move in and have everything handled from the maintenance to the concierge services that you want. So, there's any type of environment that you're looking to appeal to. But the residency incentives, if you become a property owner, absolutely, that's something that they want you to become, is that permanent resident.
Okay, so is this just for the ultra wealthy? I know you kind of just touched a little bit on this, but are there opportunities for regular people?
Well, there's definitely ultra luxury. Okay. I mean, look, it's amazing because I have seen properties that are under construction currently, that might start at 9 million and go all the way up to $37 million. And I'm thinking, what? This is a condominium? Wow. Right. But no, there are also emerging pockets and islands where smart investors are getting in early. Think boutique developments, okay? Smaller villas, even fractional ownership models. And if you're strategic, the Bahamas doesn't have to be out of reach. Obviously, the Bahamas, it's obviously been around for a long time. Yeah, of course. But we've been hearing about the Bahamas for quite some time. The Bahamas has been a developed island and continuously, being more and more developed over the course of years, okay? And it's continuing to keep doing so. But there are so much more that still can happen there. So not everything has to be ultra luxury. You just got to look. That's what, when we get Airdomo launched, that's going to be our job, to bring to you all those different price points, to bring to you those opportunities for you to be able to find that bucket that you fit in or what your goal is to fit in. Okay.
Sounds good. So what should someone know before making the move or buying property there?
Well, do your homework. You got to work with Airdomo. We want to make sure that we are setting you up with all the local people to handle these transactions the right way. We want you to understand that International Persons Landholding Act and even factor in things like insurance, hurricane preparedness, and maintenance. But honestly, the process is surprisingly smooth. The Bahamas wants international investors, and it shows because they're making things easier and easier and easier. We hear things all the time. People say red tape, red tape, red tape. There's a little bit of tape, but it's not so stop and let's not be open for business. Let's be closed for business. They are open for business. They are open to us coming there. They want to thrive, and they want to see nice communities, that are filled with people that want to take pride in home ownership there.
Sounds good. So that was like my last question as well. What should someone do if they're interested? How do they reach you? Because they should deal with a professional, who can help them navigate through all of those transitions. Am I right?
That's right. And look, we are just weeks away from launching airdomo.com. So it's something that you definitely want to keep paying attention to. But in the interim, like us on LinkedIn, connect with us on LinkedIn, message us through Messenger, email us, Stephanie at airdomo.com. We're available to take your questions. We're already working with individuals and families that are looking to invest in properties in and around the Caribbean, Central America, and even in destinations in the United States. So we are here, we're open for business, and we're here to make sure to guide you in the right processes and so forth. So Kat, thank you so much, even though your mouth didn't line up with your speak today.
Sorry. Hopefully it will line up next week, and we will be back next week, same time. So please join us. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to us, DM on LinkedIn. You can find us on Instagram, everywhere. So looking forward to seeing you. Bye, Stephanie.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.